Dito tayo sa mga coordination compounds. So, malalaman natin na yung coordination compounds, they are actually ubiquitous, no? Nasa blood natin yan, nasa plants, even in medicine and a lot of industrial processes. Andyan, present ang mga coordination compounds. So, ano ba sila? Ano ba yung mga coordination compounds? They are special molecules in which yung central atom, your central metal atom, is surrounded by other molecules or ions. Tawag natin dun sa mga nakasurround na yon, ligands. Okay? Ano bang unique dito sa mga coordination compounds? Unlike regular ionic or covalent bonds, yung mga bonds sa coordination compounds, it involves the donation of both electrons from a ligand to the metal atom. Kasi sa mga regular covalent bonds, yung each atom, nagko-contribute lang sila ng 1 electron to form a shared pair of electrons, di ba? Kapag naman ionic bonds, yung electrons, they are completely transferred from one atom to another, creating charged ions. Pero kapag mga coordination compounds, ang involved dito, donation ng both electrons, no, from the ligand to the metal atom. Okay? Yung ligand, usually, ito yung molecular ion with lone pair of electrons. Parehas yan, yung lone pair na yun, parehas dinodonate doon sa bond to the central metal atom. Tawag natin doon sa mga bond na yun, coordinate covalent bond or dative bond. Parang nagde-date sila, dative bond. Okay? So, pwede nating isipin yung, ito example, yung hemoglobin. No? Ang hemoglobin sa ating blood, chlorophyll sa plants, and even cisplatin, no, which is a well-known cancer drug. Lahat yan may mga coordination compounds. Okay? So, ito lang yung ilan sa mga example, no, ng coordination compounds. Itong tetraamine dichlorocobalt 3 ion. Ito. Now, at the core of every coordination compound is the central atom. Usually, transition metal ion to. So, bakit transition metals? Kasi meron silang empty d orbitals na pwedeng mag-form ng multiple bonds with ligands. Itong mga metal na to, they act as Lewis acids. Pag sinabi nating Lewis acids, they accept electron pairs from ligands. Okay? For example, itong kanina pa natin binabanggit, yung iron sa hemoglobin, nagbabind siya sa oxygen and it enables us to breathe. No? Yung copper sa enzyme, which helps speed up important biochemical reactions. Kabilang pa rin dito sa iba't ibang mga ginagamit na metals, yung cobalt, nickel, platinum. No? Yan, foundation yan sa maraming biological industrial processes. So, ito lang yung itsura ng hemoglobin. No? So, ano bang meron dito sa hemoglobin? So, dito meron tayong ito central metal natin, yung iron. Tapos, nakapalibot sa kanya yung iba't ibang heme groups. No? Meron tayong alpha 1, alpha 2, beta 1, beta 2. Okay? Now, tingnan naman natin, focus tayo dito sa ligands. Sila yung talagang, kumbaga, MVP ito ng mga coordination compounds. Sila, electron donor sila. Ibig sabihin, Lewis base sila. Base sila. Okay? Again, ano nga kapag mga metals, they are Lewis acids. Kapag naman itong mga ligands, they are Lewis base. So, they form coordinate covalent bonds with the central metal. Iba't iba yung types ng ligands based sa kung gaano karami yung atom that they use to bind to the metal. Okay? Meron tayong mga tinatawag na monodentate ligands. Okay? Nagbabind sila through only one atom, like ammonia. Meron tayong bidentate ligands na gumagamit ng 2 atoms like ethylene diamine, and polydentate ligands na gumagamit ng multiple atoms like EDTA. Okay, ang EDTA, it can bind through 6 sites. So, pwede nating isipin yung itong mga to as grips. No? Yung ibang ligands, they hold the metal with 1 hand, others with 2, some with the entire, parang ina-embrace nila talaga. Parang in-engage nila yung mga metal. So, ito lang yung example ng coordination compound with EDTA as the ligand. Yung EDTA, yung ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid. So, makita natin, yung EDTA, bounded siya to 6 sites ng central metal mo. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? Now, dito naman tayo sa coordination number. Ano ba yung coordination number? So, yung coordination number, sinasabi sa atin kung gaano karami yung ligands na directly attached dun sa central metal ion. So, mahalaga yung coordination number kasi ito yung nagde-determine ng geometry ng coordination complex mo. Halimbawa, kapag yung coordination number mo is 2, usually linear yung shape ng molecule mo. Kapag 4, it can either be tetrahedral or square planar. Kapag 6, no, usually mga octahedral shape like itong ang EDTA. So for example, itong hexacyanopherite 4 ion, no, meron siyang coordination number na 6. So yung arrangement ng ligands around the metal, nakakaapekto yan dun sa shape. Okay? And as a result, syempre yung properties and yung reactivity ng mismong coordination compound. So, tingnan natin yung ilan sa mga real examples nitong mga coordination compounds. Itong hexacyanopherite 4 ion, yung iron yung central metal niya. Okay? Yung cyanide yung ligand, tapos yung coordination number niya is 6. Yung tetraamine copper 2 ion, okay? Yung copper yung nasa center, which is the central metal. Yung ammonia yung ligand, and yung coordination number niya is 4. Tapos yung diamine silver 1 ion, silver yung central metal natin, ammonia yung ligand, okay? And then yung coordination number yung 2. So yung mga structures nila nagde-determine kung paano magbe-behave yung mismong coordination compound in different environments. So again, mahalaga yung mga ligands kasi nagde-determine sila ng coordination number. At yung coordination number, nakasalalay dito yung shape ng mismong coordination compound. At yung shape niya, nakaka-apekto syempre dun sa reactivity nitong mismong coordination compound. Okay? Sa biology, meron din tayong mga coordination compounds. No? For example, hemoglobin, nakita natin kanina. Meron siyang iron, which is your central metal, na napapalibutan ng heme group. Nagtatransport siya ng oxygen in our blood. Yung chlorophyll, meron naman yung magnesium sa core nito. Yung chlorophyll, yan ay for photosynthesis. And yung vitamin B12 na meron namang cobalt, no, which helps with metabolism and brain function. So, alam natin, without coordination compounds, life as we know it wouldn't exist. So, ganun kahalaga ang mga coordination compounds. Sa medicine, pwede rin, no? Sa medicine, for example, yung cisplatin, alam natin, anti-cancer drug ito. EDTA, which is a chelating agent, ginagamit para mag-treat ng heavy metal poisoning. Kasi, talagang kinikalate niya. Kumbaga, kinukuha niya yung mga heavy metal kapag may heavy metal poisoning. No? And then, yung gadolinium complexes, ginagamit as MRI contrast, no? Sa MRI contrasting para ma-enhance yung image quality. Even gold complexes, no, ginagamit sa pag-treat ng rheuma, arthritis. Ang tawag actually dito sa paggamit ng gold is yung chrysotherapy. No? So, nakita natin na chemistry, it isn't just theoretical. Maraming real-world impact ito sa ating health. So, sa industry naman as catalysis, no? Ibig sabihin, they speed up reactions, no? Maraming mga coordination compounds diyan, dyes and pigments to create vibrant colors used in textiles and paints and even water treatment, no? At ang example nga natin dito is yung EDTA, which is a chelating agent na ginagamit para mag-remove ng heavy metal contaminants from water. Okay? So, ayun lang para sa ating coordination compounds. Nakita natin vital ang coordination compounds in various fields, biology, medicine, and even in industry.